Yeah, I forget how to interact with people.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's like I'm like with the dog and at my warehouse all day.
That's why.
That was the nice thing with the bar job. It was
that's why they say aloha in Hawaii, because it's like it's goodbye and hello at the same time.
Yeah.
That's
all right. Aloha. All right. Cool. Yeah, he's on it.
Are we going?
Oh.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Tiki MUGS with Ray. I am in Milwaukee. Well, actually, you're a little south of Milwaukee proper. Or is this Milwaukee?
This is Cudahy. We're, 3 miles south of the border here?
Yeah.
Yeah, they make bacon here. They used to also tan leather and make vinegar, so it smelled real bad. But it doesn't now. Now it smells like bacon.
Now it smells like Tiki MUGS.
And Tiki MUGS.
And Pete and Katie. This is your home tiki bar.
Yes.
We're in it.
What's it called?
This is the Black Lagoon Room.
And why is it called the Black Lagoon Room?
Well, I kind of had a lifelong interest in old B monster movies, and my parents kind of raised us on that, and Joe Bob Briggs and Monster Vision and that kind of thing, and they even actually showed old monster movies at the drive-in where I grew up, and
really. Yeah,
rarely. And they were mostly more contemporary, so this was early 90s. But, I just, it's been a lifelong interest. And when we finally moved into our house 6 years ago, we had this old 50s basement with knotty pine paneling and linoleum floors. And I was like, that's the perfect name. We have had intentions for many years to open a public bar. Mm-hmm. I had never really intended to use this name for the public bar, but I started making merch for the home bar to sell at an event that we were doing in Chicago, Lowbrow Aloha. Yeah. And, people liked it and bought it, and then we just kept making more stuff. So it's the name stuck, and the question we get asked the most often at vending events is, where is it and can I go there? And the answer is, well, it exists, but
no,
probably not. Yeah, depends. Yeah.
Oh well, do I know you?
Yeah.
Well, the thing that the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
There's several creature from the Black. I think there's
yeah. There's some mugs there.
Is that a velvet?
There's a black velvet painting that,
and that is my favorite monster of all of them too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like Frankenstein. Bride of Frankenstein is one of my all-time favorite movies, but we're looking for something more tropical, and the creature totally fits the bill. And I've been around them my entire life, so why not work in some drinks?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I'll tell you what, I remember I reached out to you, and I've done a blog write-up for your bar, and the bar is incredible. And the first time I came out here was last year, and I'm like, oh my god, this place is so cool. And I remember you guys were cut short for time because I think you guys had something like, oh my god, I want to hang out with these people because we have the same music taste and everything like that. It's like if I lived here, we'd be best friends.
Yeah.
So anyway, I remember kind of seeing through the social media networks. All of a sudden, I'm seeing Black Lagoon glasses, mugs, and I'm like, they're making barware for their bar. What's going on? And well, how did you start doing that? I mean, how did you decide to Because you don't invite people over here, obviously. You just said so.
We have, but it's pretty
We're
small.
Closed.
Yeah, it's small and pricey. But no, we actually started. Excuse my reach. We wanted to get glasses made for the bar. Yeah. So this one with my fingerprints all over it. Yeah. So it was something to give away to friends, and I had an Etsy store for some prints and stuff that I'd made, and so we threw some up there, and the minimum order at the company that made them, I'd worked with for years in the music industry, the minimum was 100.
Okay.
So we had 100 glasses to give away, which seemed like a lot. So I threw some in the Etsy store, and we sold out of that first 100 in, 2 months. So I just started designing other stuff.
Damn.
And yeah,
In 2 months, you sold 100 mugs.
Yeah,
Or what?
The glasses.
The glasses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so kind of two things were happening simultaneously. One of my best friends runs a record label and a roadside museum in Savannah, Georgia, the Grave Face Museum. We're actually releasing our first collaborative mugs next year, which will be really exciting and cool and creepy. Yeah, he was making enamel pins, and I'd been designing like merch and stuff for his label a bit. So I started making some more kind of tiki designs to sell at this event that we were doing in Chicago. And again, they sold out really fast. So it's kind of one of those things. Like I've been, doing freelance illustration and cartooning and stuff my whole life, more or less. And but once you have access to the means of production, then you can kind of do whatever you want, so long as people want to buy it and don't throw things at you. So we did the Mai Tai Till I Die, probably the second year that we had the company officially.
Let me see.
And
so that's like a backpatch, because you can get, this is now a backpack, like a full size.
Yeah, we've done the small patches, the big patches, t-shirts, we've done glasses, we have hats, we've done enamel pins, we've done everything with that on it. And it all keeps selling. And we did that patch during Tiki Oasis. The stock came in, of course.
This is a back patch for a baby. Right?
Yeah. Or a dog. Yeah, we did make...
Or a dog.
We did make punk rock crust punk vests for our dogs. We got them during Tiki Oasis, and I thought, nobody's going to give a crap about this while, they're all down there getting hammered. But that's
when you sell it.
That is exactly what happened, and it was nuts.
That's when you make the sales pitch.
We did.
It was nuts.
We did 200 patches, and they sold out within, I think, a week. So then I just made more and
tag. I just want to see more of it out there. Like people tell us, like Mai Tai Till I Die. You go and eat, like to this event, and there's like 10 people that have this on their shirt, but we're kind of isolated. Like we're working together
around, but it's usually someone we know.
Yeah, but it's just so nice to think it's out there.
My friend did.
I have a friend who has the back patch on his jacket.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
Full size.
And
he's not a little person. He's a full size person.
He's not a dog or a child.
Hey, Travis, how's it going?
Great. He seems great.
Well, I actually didn't tell you. Our friend Mike moved to LA a couple years ago. And he just texted me the other night and was at the airport at LAX, and some guy had the shirt on. So, I mean...
It's fun to see it.
Yeah. I mean, we've sold a ton of those. But everything just kind of fuels everything else. And, we've just been really lucky. Like, the few ideas that I had that we kind of decided to roll with just sort of hit at the right time. And so the first mug we did was the creature from the Crab Rangoon, which are these guys.
Crab Rank.
Yeah.
There's 4.
There's 4 of them. So
there's going to be 5.
Yeah.
So that was another thing. We'd had those in production for a year.
You got like a light green, a blue, like a reddish, an orange, and a green.
Yeah. So
makes me hungry for Chinese food.
we might have some later.
Well, hold on. Well, let me. Okay. Well, if you're just saying what you were saying, Black Lagoon room, you're in the horror. So why a Chinese to-go box? Where'd you come up with this idea? It's
so many of the places that we went to when we first got into tiki stuff, around 2005. A lot of the places in the Midwest that are tiki still are Chinese restaurants. So, like, I always you'd get a big red syrupy drink with like a pineapple chunk thrown in it, but you're eating Crab Rangoon, and primarily they were tiki or Chinese restaurants.
And you know what? That is so true. I remember. I think the first time I even seen like a Mai Tai on a menu was at a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
Because that was the only place I remember, like, at least growing where I grew up in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania, where like you would go to like most bars are dive bars, beer bars, right?
Yeah.
Or shots. But I remember like the only place where you can get like a cocktail would be the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, that's always been my rule of thumb: is don't pass up a Chinese restaurant that says cocktails on the sign, because it's probably pretty cool inside.
That's
the cocktails might be garbage, but it's fun.
It's fun.
And as soon as Pete has run all of his ideas in front of me, like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? And I'm a big critic in a good way. Like, I feel like everyone needs...
I'd make so much more dumb stuff.
No, it's not dumb. It's that, it's good to have a different perspective, because you kind of work in your own little world. So it's nice. that name, I'm like, I think it could look like shit and it'll sell because of the name.
Well, we did. So
how do these do that?
These two we had in production for over a year, and then we actually got the stock. We had set up. This is how close they came out to when COVID hit.
Yeah.
We had our pre-sale for them in February, and we were waiting. All of our mugs, I try to include like a bunch of extras. I like it when, you get a box in the mail and there's just all this extra stuff.
Yeah.
So every mug comes with an exclusive enamel pin, a recipe card, a sticker, a merit badge patch.
Chopsticks, a straw.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff with all of them. And so with these guys, COVID had hit in China, and our factory in China that I work with for the patches and the pins was closed for almost 2 months. Yeah. So they were delayed. But in February, they're like, we'll get these out next month. Like, all right, so we put them on sale. This is spicy and mild. And those sold out in less than 24 hours.
500 total.
500 mugs, which was mind-blowing.
That was our first one. So,
and we actually had set up a release party at Foundation, and I had a band. We were going to get it catered by a Chinese place with crab rangoons and egg rolls for people, and we had to cancel it. It was the week everything shut down. But people were nuts, like crazy that they didn't get it. And then I was like, let's roll the dice. So then we did red is the extra spicy, and then the blue one is leftovers. When those came out, that sold out in a day-ish.
No, I think it was 2 hours.
What? Maybe it was 2 hours. Yeah. I don't remember anymore. But yeah, so now the one in front there is Wasabi. That's the open edition that we should have any time now.
So you struck a nerve then.
Yeah, well,
you obviously struck a nerve.
I guess so. People were hungry. This is our first new design for this year, Tiki. And yeah, I mean, we were expecting to have them. I mean, it's all kind of a guessing game, but we were expecting to have them, this month. But like the ports are so messed up, and shipping, and the ports are backed up. COVID has slowed things down, and then the shipping is taking a lot longer. So yeah, I mean, you just kind of put it out there and then hope for the best. We did the Trick or Treat Tiki, the little pumpkin in front there. Yeah, this little guy with the handle. He's got a tiki face and then bats and stuff on the back. But yeah, that was one.
It says Trick or Tiki.
It does.
It
yeah.
flew. That thing
so
flew.
that's kind of the idea, is just sort of to try and do stuff that we haven't really seen before, and to do it in a way that sort of melds. Not necessarily monster movies, but just kind of creepy stuff.
Well, this is the thing that I realize. It's sort of like, and this is what I love about home tiki bars more than anything, is that what I love about home tiki bars is that it's always the person's personality and their interests.
You said it.
That's true.
And and of course, a lot of us, we're not just into tiki.
Yeah.
We're into other things too. I mean, usually maybe you're into Star Wars, maybe you're into Star Trek, maybe you're into horror movies, maybe you're into goth, maybe you're into whatever. I like when people combine these things.
Yeah.
Combine these worlds.
I mean, I wasn't into any, like, even collecting when I met Pete in 2005. I was into, like, rockabilly music and subculture stuff, like being punk rock in high school.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I never wanted to double down on, like, decorating an apartment. I'm like, let's wait until we can afford a house.
I always wanted mine to look like Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Right, so I met him, and he had like these rickety old shitty shelves with cool stuff on them. And I'm like, I feel like this is an opportunity to celebrate the cool things. Like, if you just like take away the context and like normalize the setting, you can really make the stuff seem like museum quality, because that's what it was. And so that's my part. Like, Pete and I have, none of it would be what one of us did.
No, I mean, I'm a cartoonist, so, like, it's all about imperfection, which Tiki is all about imperfection. You're an architect, so you are not about imperfection, which
because
helps.
You don't want things to fall
then we
down.
we can kind of hone it in. And
Can you design a tiki mug using AutoCAD? I don't know.
I have tried. No, we're not in AutoCAD. We're in Revit.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's a
shows you how much I know about
It's a different part of you're so 1995. No, it's a different.
No, actually 92. That's when I was in college and I took AutoCAD.
There's a different type of brain. There's a different kind of analysis, and that's what I think Pete and I do well together, where he comes, with this thing.
There's being pragmatic, and then there's the kid that comes to school with his pants on backwards. And I'll let you guess which one of those I was. That's.
What are some of the other mugs that you made then?
Well, we did the takeout boxes.
You did the boxes.
And then the second one that we had.
This is the second one.
Yeah, we did these with Tiki Diablo, and it was based on our logo that you might be able to see on the glass there. Which I actually based that on another old horror movie, The Creature from the Haunted Sea, the Roger Corman movie.
Wow.
The poster is a hand holding a girl, so I did a hand holding a drink. And our buddy Dave Hansen, Lake Tiki Woodcrafts, that lives in town, he did our logo sign at the top of the stairs. So the first two things that had that on it were those glasses and that sign. But I gave some drawings. We changed it up a little bit. I wanted him to have this kind of Whitco-inspired sort of glass.
Yeah.
Danny took it and ran with it. And I remember we were driving back from my parents' house when he texted the sculpt, and I almost drove off the road. It was like, oh my God, like, this is amazing. So this was the first colorway was the green ones, and then we did the black and blue Lagoon, were these purpley blue ones. But we actually had only intended to do the first round, and then
people went crazy.
I set it up to go on sale on a Saturday morning. I went to go get a cup of coffee. I came back and thought our internet had crashed because I kept hitting reload and nobody was buying them. I'm like, okay, I'm a pessimist at heart. So I'm like, oh, great. Nobody cares now. They were gone. They were gone in 2 minutes. I was like, oh my God. And then,
so you got to ship these out yourself and everything?
Yeah, every mug that you get, one of us packed, and most of them.
I'm really sorry that somebody got a fake nail in one of these.
Yeah, there's like a press-on nail in one of those.
Somebody got one. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so these we were shipping them out.
Well, you're talking about you want to add a little extra stuff.
I was like, you're welcome.
Some confetti.
There's a little piece of Katie in there.
Well, the Trigger Tiki mugs, we put Halloween candy in each one. The Drunky Shrunkies is our first open edition mug. And this was actually the first enamel pin design that I did, which I wish I had one to show. I thought I had one back here, but
what did you call this?
That's the Drunky Shrunkies.
The Drunky Shrunkies.
So they're on our logo now.
Sounds like a garage band I used to go see in the 90s.
They might have been little shrunken heads. Who knows?
He's available for you.
But yeah, we do have that one online. We did that one in a larger edition just to kind of see, and my goal is to have some stuff that sells out right away, and then other stuff that we have, so when people come to the site, there's not any, nothing there. And then we did the Halloween mug, and now we're just waiting on these guys, and we've got 2 more designs in the hopper right now. Mm-hmm. And as soon as we get each one of those, the goal now is when we get a design, put them for sale, pack them up, ship them out, take profit from that, and just do another one.
So if someone wants to buy any of your stuff, blacklagoonroom.com.
The
Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
And then that connects to the Etsy store, or is the Etsy no longer, or is it just the website now?
We have both. Okay. So Etsy's kind of fun just because it sort of operates itself. So like if people are on there searching for other stuff, they'll find our stuff that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a proper site now. But if you go there, these are not available. These are not available right now. I get a lot of messages. And I feel bad. We want everybody to have one. But
it makes me so happy to see you making mugs in the Midwest.
I think so too. That's beautiful.
Because you're centrally located.
Right.
And the thing that people, there's tiki all over the country.
Oh, there's a deep history of tiki in the Midwest. I mean, the winters here are horrible. So, how many estate sales have we been to that had, tiki bars built in the basement? And it's
I don't know. I'm biased because I'm your biggest fan, but it's the ideas. I feel like you're no one did that. No one did this. It's just a nice, cute.
I mean, it's
always cute.
It's one of those things. It's the idea where it's like you see it and you're like, I should have came up with that.
Yes,
but you didn't.
You know what? Yes.
Yeah.
Our buddy here that I won't name names said, "My tie till I die." I can't believe someone didn't think about that before.
I don't know why I did.
I don't know why.
There's a back patch.
But now there's 9,000 stickers and I can't even tell you how many places that thing is, but it's beautiful because it was an hour of your work, and then it's
well, that's the thing. I mean, cartooning is not not that hard. So it's, it takes like a couple minutes to fart out a funny ghost drawing, and then it's like, oh, well, now we have to make this actually a thing. Which is why, like, the enamel pins and stuff have been fun, just because, I mean, that is literally just seeing your drawing as a thing. But these are awesome, just to see somebody else's interpretation of what you had thought of.
That has to be the best feeling in the world.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So, like, here you go. Like, you're actually holding an idea that you had.
Yeah.
An idea in your mind, and now it's literally here.
Yeah.
This is so much exactly a rendition of Pete's idea
Yeah,
as
these
this
ones
is.
are, too.
This is
That was Danny.
a collaboration. But you know what? That I like the combo.
Me too.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to offer a different thing.
Well, and it's actually, before I forget, so it's given us opportunities to kind of branch out into other stuff.
Yeah.
And one of the things we have this year is we...
You have your
teamed
own
up-
bitters now?
Yeah. I'll give you one that's not open.
Thanks.
You can have a full one.
Oh, thank you. I'll give him the one that's almost out to sample.
Yeah, I think there's a spider in it.
So,
But
Bitter
yeah,
Cube.
so we I was vending at a Christmas thing here and met one of the guys from Bitter Cube, which is an amazing local company. And he said, we should team up on something someday. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then like a year later, while we were waiting to gather the stock to kind of catch up from China, I was like, maybe I'll reach out to him. And it was awesome. So now like all the drinks come with a recipe card. So we're working that into some. We're working on a coffee with our friends at Glassworks Coffee.
Oh my God.
I know.
I just got our soap samples today. We're doing Monster Soap
With whom?
with Dive Bar Soap Company, which
Yes.
is another fantastic
Yes.
friends company.
Yes. Chicago companies.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to branch out into vinyl toys. I really want to make monster novelty records like they did in the '60s. I don't know how that's going to happen, but
Well, I'll tell you what.
we'll make it work.
This is what we do. Make some more stuff. And then
Yeah,
I'll come back and we'll do a part 2.
that sounds great.
Done.
Guys, thanks for
So-
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks for
Thanks for-
inviting me down into the Black Lagoon Room, and everyone, the blacklagoonroom.com,
Yes.
and buy yourself a mug before they run out.
Cheers.